later stage. And I constantly discovering also new places because everything is changing right now. And some these secret sites, they're not anymore. They have not the same function anymore. So there is a lot of news right now rising. And these places where I went, they were totally new for me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of the Spiritual Inspired Show. I am your host, Claudiu Murgan. For older episodes, please visit spiritualinspired.ca, our YouTube channel, and Gnostic TV. To purchase my books, you can go to soulawakeningstore.com. And now I want to introduce you all the friends and guests on this podcast, Viivika, Sophia, Kalma, and David Maria. Thank you for joining me again.
It is so our pleasure, Claudiu.
And my pleasure too.
It is such a blessing to be here with
you. It's always such a joy. Thank you so much inviting us again.
Thank you. And each time we meet, you bring us more light, more experiences, new adventure from where you travel in the world. So, Viivika, recently you went to Estonia on a spiritual journey. And I think everyone is interested to find out more about why Estonia, what was the calling, why 4 sites, and what exactly happened during this time?
Who will tell first? Because David was also part of journey. We always together. Even he wasn't physically there. He was there, and it started with the visions and call before when I went physically there. So
yeah, months before her going.
And it was even few months before.
Well, we had a meditation group. We invited a bunch of people from Estonia that were visiting in Spain to come to my home where I was living at the time and do a meditation with us. And when that meditation was over, it was so very well received. I turned to her and I said, Estonia is going to open. And then you know a little bit about the story of the transformation from the Eden template to the Eden temple and how we were guided to anchor a diamond crystalline pyramid here in Spain where we live. And as part of that, there was a vision that we saw that this crystal replicated out all across Europe. And we now know that it's not geographic replication, it's hearts. It's being embodied in hearts. And part of that is her trip to Estonia. So I'll be quiet for a while and let her speak.
And this is the vision what we saw. This is architecture of New Earth, what we call New Earth. So as many know, we're going through really deep transformation, and our Mother Earth, Gaia Sophia, she becoming star, she becoming sun, crystalline diamond sun, and the same happening with us. We are not only living on her, but we are becoming this new architecture of New Earth. So our diamond sun light body becoming part of this new architecture. So, and these temples, what we saw, every temple is representation of people, of groups, and also like our body becoming this temple. So they are all like living temples. And this was the reason why we went to Estonia, because we felt this call. And people reached out, they called us, and we saw this invitation also in in our visions that we should go there and activate also this like architecture there, also amplify that, many people doing that, so over the world. And we had this call to Estonia, and we had many beautiful souls there who were ready to literally become these temples of light. And we did many Christed Heart activations, and we activated these architectures through original primordial sounds and light. And there were, and when I went to Estonia, then it really beautifully, everything opened up really beautiful, because I just knew that I'm going there. I knew the one place where I should go, and I had invitation there. And then just people started to contact me and said that, oh, there is really amazing place, and they send a picture, and and then I knew, yes, this was a place where we should go next and next, because they also felt this call. And this is what we're calling this heart language, the united hearts. When we are united through our hearts, and we literally connecting and communicating beyond space and time, and people, we all receiving from sources guidance, and they receive this guidance to connect with me, and I received, and this was really beautiful co-creation and communication. And in New Earth, we becoming answer to other prayers, and others becoming answer to our prayers. So it's really beautiful to witness this co-creation.
And David, you mentioned that you participated remotely. How did you feel, and how did you support Viivika in the group from Spain?
So, to begin with, we're always together energetically. That's just a given. And she did 3 separate ceremonies on 3 separate weekends, and each time I went into a deep altered meditation and stayed there, including the one that was an all-day affair, which was really amplified and very, very intense in terms of a meditation. I was quite surprised to hear when she told me that several people actually saw me.
Yes, he was really present.
And
It was only me that saw or felt him, but other people also. He was really present.
And remember, Estonia is her home country. That's geographically, that's where she was born. Mm-hmm. So speaking Estonian is her mother tongue, and it's much different. Listening to her speak Estonian is much different than, she speaks Estonian the same way that I speak English. It just flows. It's effortless. There's no thinking involved. It just flows. And it's truly amazing to watch her when she's doesn't have to translate everything into English and choose words. It's really a wonderful thing as far as I'm concerned. I absolutely love it.
And the most beautiful to witness when we speak in heart language. And we can do it with our words, but it's also felt just in silence. And this is what we did constantly or all the time when I was in Estonia in these ceremonies. We did in silence, and we did it through sharings, and I perceive all creation as living language, source. That's it embodied in all creation. And when we're starting to open up to our true essence, and we're starting really differently to feel and perceive all creation. And for me, this is when I meet other people, I feel their true heart song, this primordial sound, and I connecting through this very unique vibration, and our hearts starting to speak this living language. They also feel their own reflection, their true essence. And this is what we're doing with David in our classes also, that we just reflecting back to people their true essence, who they truly are. And this is what we did also in these ceremonies, that it's really awakens people's hearts, and the remembrance who they are, it's really strong. And in these ceremonies also, some people, they released such immense package of trauma and drama, and really interesting experiences they felt. And when we united all as one heart, as one consciousness, and there was really before I came to Estonia, then as I told, some people contacted me, and one place where we did ceremony, one person sent me a picture, and in this picture there was really beautiful field, and really ancient tree elder, and in the middle of field was how it's in English, like sometimes we catching on that picture some
like a silhouette,
light beans, or yes, but there was blue rose. And because we are deeply connected with Mrs. Sisterhood, it was like so clear sight. It was so beautiful, but this person wasn't aware of that. She just said that here is a picture, and do you feel called to come there? And it was really beautiful.
Yes, beautiful indeed. And we all know that there are a lot of intense energetic sites and sacred sites all over Mother Earth. Were you aware of these particular locations in Estonia before you got awakened and while you were living there, or these came to you at a later stage?
At a later stage. And I constantly discovering also new places, because everything is changing right now. And some these secret sites, they're not anymore. They have not the same function anymore. So there is a lot of news right now rising, and these places where I went, they were totally new for me, so I wasn't aware of them. And there is was a really interesting place where we went. One nice beach, and there was a rock, and the rock was a presentation of multidimensional being, and on the rock there was codex. and then we also I don't know how this word in English again, what we did in Estonia, I know. It's we like translated that verse and released certain codes, and it became also light portal. So it was really beautiful and really amazing to feel that, to witness that. And you can also tell your experience with that, David, maybe. if you want to.
One of my friends, almost perpetually, he lives in some of the most beautiful country that I know of, and he's constantly saying, I live in God's country. God's country is every square millimeter of the earth. And there have always been historical places that have been energy centers, that have been power points, that have existed. Some more prominent, none more important. Only their prominence is different. We all know that most everybody is aware of the major ones around the planet, but the smaller ones are just as important. And this was a journey in anchoring and remembering, and also restoring in through that remembrance in people's minds, in people's hearts, what they have forgotten, the sacredness that surrounds all of them. So, just as a silly example, my mother used to live in an area that was all parking lot. And every spring, the same two ducks would return, and they would have their babies there. And it drove her crazy that they would have their babies in a parking lot. There's no water around there at all. But they remember energetically, this is the spot. And we're beginning to remember deeper and deeper and deeper all of these places, all of these spots. And they will continue to come more to the forefront.
Yes. And I have, in fact, a friend in Romania, and she's organizing tours to sacred sites up in the mountains and somewhere in the valleys. And they are going through amazing experiences because these are places highly charged energetically, and people go through spiritual transformations.
Absolutely. And this will happen in every country in the world. Those spots already exist.
And we should also remember that the old body of our Mother Earth, Gaia Sophia, is sacred. And these new temples that are rising right now, and we are these temples. So wherever we're going, there is already this sacred site also, because this what we're embodying, this is what we're becoming, this is the architecture of new earth. So we're holding this temple space wherever we come, wherever we go. So this is a new existence in new earth.
And Viivika, I know that our personal journey will never end, and we are in perpetuum transformation. So how this, of course, if you can share, how this trip to Estonia and the experiences you had transform you, what do you think is much more potent in you and David at the same time right now?
Lots have happened, but it's not only this events, but it's already before, of course, that happened. But now it's just even more deeper level, of course, connection with ourselves as source, because there are new levels opened up again, new love levels, and now it's we have constantly these transmissions and initiations and as all embodiers right now, but now it's more amplified. What I personally felt after that is diamond solar light body, this solar beingness is is express itself like I don't have even words for that. It's just new state of consciousness. It's hard to describe how we change, but it's totally new state of consciousness. And yeah, we're still integrating that, and we're still embodying that. It's totally something totally new opened up, and we're still trying to put it into words, and it feels sometimes that source wants to express itself, and it expresses itself, but there is not yet words to express what it is, because it's not this what we experienced before. So we don't want to put it also into these old frames that, yeah, we know what it is, and it's really new, something really new opened up, some really new levels of love.
So the experience, I don't want to put words here, to transmit through thought, so telepathically, than through words. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And this is what we're doing also in our classes, that words just, they're carrying certain energy, certain vibration, but they're all embodiment classes. So we always telling also to people that please don't try to understand that, don't try to remember that, but feel into that. Because this is living language, this is what we're embodying, and then it's opening up within us as remembrance. And there is resonance, where there is resonance in our hearts, then we receive that, and it's becoming shared experience. And sometimes it's this understanding or remembrance coming in the same moment when we feel that. Sometimes it's coming later. So, but everybody, of course, they perceive and feel that they're in their unique way, even when we're sharing this experience and it becoming this united experience. So, because there is infinite amount of different vibrations and light that coming from this core of creation. So yeah, sometimes it's challenging to to put it into words, and it's easy to just share it through the hearts. So because then there is not our mind not evolved at all. There is really this purest translation that can be without any filters.
Yeah, I correlate to that, because sometimes, you want to write on paper your dreams. And there are instances when the dreams were so intense, vivid, complex, that you really cannot find your words to write it down. And in the end, you just remain with that memory and try to immerse yourself into the memory, get the teaching out of it, but it's pretty much impossible to find the words to put on paper.
And part of that is they're so new that there are no words to describe it within our consciousness yet. So we're always kind of grappling with what is the correct word to use.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's none.
Very often we do that. We say that I use this word right now, but it's not that describe that feeling to that piece. That it's close, but it's not. It's not the same. So yes.
Language is is not rich enough to express the beauty of what our mind and consciousness creates.
Exactly. And when we literally we're transcending all our old self, and when we going beyond the mind limitations, then our human mind is and ego is start to grab on something that, oh, should be something familiar, but it's not. It's so new that then when we felt this experience, it's so like, whew, it's outside of our human mind, and it's outside of course, construction of space and time, and then sometimes it feels, even when we're starting to transcend our human mind limitation, that I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind.
And it's true.
It's true that it feels like, oh, there is nothing anymore to grab on. So.
Yeah, David, you often mention in your courses about quantum guidance. Can you please expand on this concept?
Well, you know that we are offering a new series of classes, group classes, and we've been guided to do this because of the increasing number of emails that we receive from people that are walking the path, about difficulties or challenges that they're experiencing. And sometimes it's really wonderful to have an opportunity to be with a group that are all walking the same path, or all walking the path, whatever their path is, and have a perspective that is not about anything going on out in the outside world. So we are offering currently we're offering this in Estonian to Estonian people, and also coming up soon, we'll be offering it in English, just to provide some additional support and guidance if needed. But if nothing else, it's just to put a point of resonance from the heart on each of our journeys. We're certainly not claiming to be the live-all, be-all authorities on spirituality and growth. No, that's not it. But we do offer a perspective that in some cases we're a little farther down the rabbit hole than others, that we've been through this for so many times for so long that many of these things are not an issue for us, and yet we still go through our own stuff as it arises. And that's why the guidance is to be able to offer a true heart-centric perspective on somebody's challenges and difficulties.
To create this our core connection with our true core, and we did it in Estonia, or with Estonian people right now, and we had only one class. And even in this one class, and after, people, of course, they reached out and they shared their experience and asked also for support, and we're doing it every 2 weeks. So, but it was really beautiful to see this transformation already in such a short time, in people who are really ready to make these leaps, to make these jumps. And many people described how differently they feel, because they feel more this core connection, this neutral state of love or neutral observer, that they're more present, they're more conscious, because they hear right now more their own thoughts, or they're aware of their own thoughts and their presence with them, and they also have more discernment who is talking, and also the change in perspective, that they not engage anymore with this negative ego perspective, that they're not worried about future anymore so much. They feel more like this excitement, because they feel more their own creative powers. They feel more their true beingness, and it have been really beautiful to witness these changes with people who are really ready to.
It's truly marvelous to see the transformations that people are going through, and obviously they're very ready.
And do you see this as a movement that can push throughout the country, or are just a small group of people that work with each other, work on themselves, but can become the catalyzers for a bigger change?
Yes. We have no idea where this will go. That's not our job. Our job is just to be present in the moment with what is, and what is right here in front of us. And sometimes that right here in front of us is a week or two out in terms of class offerings and putting together and refining what the offering will be. But yes.
But we already see this domino effect even in our group right now, in Estonian group, that the people who made this inner shift, they shared how also people who surrounded them, they also shifted. And there were some people who came there, they had a relationship issues also, and now when they said yes to themselves, to the love who they are, everything has changed. It's such a short time, and they also came. Many people of them also came into ceremonies, so they were also prepared to that, and they were really ready. But this is how I feel, that this in this class, the people who coming, they are like extension of our heart, and when they going home, their family and friends, they're extension of their heart, and this is how it's like spread out, and it's really miracle. It's this miracle who we truly are, who we all are. This is what we really becoming remember right now, the magic of being just our true self.
Yeah, really beautiful. And David, there is something else you and Viivika came out publicly with recently, which is the you being the incarnation of the original living creature, Southern Light with blue and violet flame. I'm really interested to find out more about that.
So are we. It's really difficult to speak of, because it's not, for me, she may have a different perspective, and we often do that, have different perspectives on the same thing. She most definitely is an incarnation of the blue ray, of the blue rose, of the blue rose of the sisterhood, or the sisterhood of the blue rose. And I'll let her speak to that, because I don't wish to be inaccurate.
We're talking about blue flame, but it's the same. They're all connected, right? But it's just so. This is just also one function of our soul, or our beingness. And I had this call or remembrance or activation. It was probably 2018. So I just, in the middle of the night, I woke up and I saw blue circles, and it was like it was signal that came towards me, and really strong activation and energy. And then I just heard, or it was telepathic communication or knowingness that called to blue flame holders. And this was this blue flame activation within me. And when we meet with David, then it's just became this knowingness that this is what we also, who we are, and this is also part of our beingness. And the blue flame, it's related to this mother energy, and violet flame is father energy, divine mother, father energy, and their lineage. So yeah, this is also one of our
aspects.
Yes, aspects. And you can share your experience and perspectives.
Well, just as silly side note, not that we need signs, but right after this information came through, I did laundry, and a beautiful white shirt that I washed came out violet. Who knows? It's just a silly adjunct. It's a sign, but that's all. That's just me being a little bit silly. But we definitely feel that presence within us, and it's always present, and it grows stronger all the time. I don't have a lot more in terms of my personal awareness of this to be able to share. If I did, I certainly would, or will, when it comes through.
And when I came to your classes, when we met, and not physically, but when I came to your classes, then David many times he mentioned in classes that when we went into deepest core of Kaya, into their into Kaya crystalline chamber, that he saw blue flame there. And every time when he said that, I knew that I felt my presence there also. And I felt the same, this violet flame, and his presence many times in my meditations also. And later we just started to share that, and now we also shared it publicly.
This is the first time.
Yes, thank you. And David, you've been in Spain right now for almost 1 year. Looking retrospectively, are you still connected? In fact, I know you are still connected, but do you still receive messages from Mount Shasta? And how do you integrate them into the existing practice and new whereabouts?
That's really interesting, Claudiu. When I left the US, I sold everything that I owned except for a few suitcases. 2 of those were my computers and computer-related stuff. So basically 4 suitcases. I let go of everything. I've done that before. It's not exceedingly difficult. And yet, it was much deeper than that, because I also let go of the United States. I let go of everything that held me there. It was as if I had completely become untethered from the US. And that, in hindsight, has included many of the people that I knew. Many of the students that used to come to classes do not anymore. Everything has changed so completely internally that it's like a dream that I had one time where I was walking down a street with a bunch of people, and all of a sudden, instead of 12 of us, there was only 3. And nobody went anywhere, just myself and 2 other people shifted frequency. We're in a different frequency band, and it's still in the same space, just not in the same frequency band reality. So I no longer feel or think of myself as a citizen of a country. I'm not, I'm just a person here now. I happen to be in the country that we all call Spain, but there is no Spain. There is no Romania. There is no United States. There's just this wonderful Gaia that we live on. So it has been a pretty amazing journey to let everything go. And little did I know that when I left the US, the easy part was going to be giving away or letting go of all of my stuff, an entire lifetime's worth of stuff. Now the real work began of letting go of myself, letting go of a concept of who I am, a belief of who I am, a personality of who I am. And that goes much deeper, and it's much harder. Letting go of physical things is easy. Somebody comes to the house and they say, I love this. You go, okay, it's yours. And I had already known that before putting everything up in basically a glorified yard sale, that these are no longer my things, and now we're just waiting for the person that they belong to next to come. And that's what it was like. People would come in and go, oh, I just love this. And I would go, really? Okay. Somebody comes in and what they want is all of the storage containers that I have for food. Okay, that's what interests you here? All right, okay. And everything went. Somebody came for everything.
And I hope the books found their right owner who will appreciate them.
So, and now it's letting go of everything that no longer serves me, which is pretty much everything that I've been.
And it was also a beautiful example that this yard sale that David was answered to people prayers. People came and find that they really want and need, and they were also answered to David prayers that David can release and to be even more.
And now it's letting go of all of myself, including any identification that I hold about any concepts of who I am.
And it feels like sometimes it feels really intense because our ascension, it's really similar to near-death experiences. And there is many of them, because every time when we're releasing also part of ourselves again, what we thought we are, everything what we thought we are, or this outer reflection, not our true self, because our true self, it's us stepping forth more and more. And all these beliefs and outer reflections and attachments and what we thought what we are or what we should be, it's really important also let go that attachment to other people opinions and other people reflection that and what they want that we should be. So this is all what we're releasing, and sometimes it's really difficult emotionally and then mentally and physically also when we are identifying ourselves as our ego and our personalities, and the more this is our true self, this neutral observer, and then this compassionate observer stepping forth, the more easy it's becoming. But it's still right now it's really intense because it's constant. It's next level, next level.
So the essence of what we're doing is that we're dying. Mm-hmm. We're dying to ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I saw a quasi-documentary video today about Paramahansa Yogananda from the 30s and how he was at a celebratory dinner in Los Angeles celebrating the new ambassador from India arriving in the States, and he said a few words and then just very gently left his body. And the number of people that commented that the peace with which he left, no resistance, just a complete letting go and transitioning. I've died many times. I've died 10 times and come back. Those were easy. Those were easy. You just slip out and then you come back. This has not been, shall we say, always filled with ease and grace.
Yeah, and Yogananda knew that he's going to transition because 1 hour before that event, he called his closest disciples and told them, you know what you have to do. Each of you knows their own tasks when I'm not going to be here. So just get ready. And they all started to cry, but he said, no, you know that this moment is supposed to come. So just be strong and that's it. I'll watch after you from the other side.
Yep. So we always share ease and grace. I wish that for myself too. And fortunately, she is usually present in my more difficult moments or my more challenging moments, and she's always very strong.
As you.
I know that you two are preparing a new course for the end of October. Can you share with us some highlights, please?
We have a retreat, a 5-day retreat, scheduled for October 20th, 25th. I think
yes.
I think those dates are correct.
Yes, they are.
And it's currently it's open to anybody, but it's primarily mostly for Estonian people. It's a really good time to take a vacation. There's a little school break there, so kids can be out of school, and it's definitely going to be a transformational journey.
Thank you. And we are at the end of this lovely discussion. Any final comments?
This has been and it is a multidimensional conversation. This this interview or this conversation is taking place simultaneously in multiple timelines, including what we would express as being the future. During the course of this interview, there have been multiple times where I have felt your listeners that will come to this interview, and I feel their presence. And it always amazes me when it happens. It always amazes me when it happens. It's phenomenal because there is this deep heart resonance connection that is there. These are people that I do not know, that I've never met and may never meet. And yet we are connecting across the illusion of space and time. And so, for those of you that are listening to this interview now, whenever your now is, please know how you are felt. Please know that you are here for a specific reason. You are being called to come here. And it is our deep joy, unbelievable joy, to be able to feel you in this moment outside of the constructs of space and time, which are just GPS coordinates or glorified GPS coordinates. If you want to go someplace, you need to know when and where. That's all. But please know that in this moment, that Source is speaking directly to your hearts. And just how amazingly and deeply loved you are. There are moments coming that will absolutely astound and amaze you. And we look forward to sharing them with you.
And many people right now seeking their purpose of their lives. But this purpose of your life is really simple. Just be yourself. Just be your true self in every moment. And this true self is always calling you through your true heart. And the more deeply you are diving into your true heart, the more deeply you're starting to not only feel but embody the truth about yourself. And then you feel how you losing yourself in love, everything that you thought that you are, to find yourself as love. And this is really simple, but at the same time, sometimes in our human expressions also challenging.
Sometimes.
So,
Yes.
Thank goodness, not all the time.
I really appreciate you both doing so much good work in the world and bringing so much light and love. And I wish you all the best and much love from me as well. Thank you.
infinite love light to you also. And
Infinite blessings to both you and all of your listeners.
Thank you.
thank you so much doing the same as we all do. Thank you so much, Claudiu, for your beautiful work, for your service.
And to my viewers, thank you for watching. Leave a comment, check the workshops and the Add and Template website. And until next time, love and gratitude.